With 5.4 module, the case study is going to be the ethical choices for a student to have an honest academic life. The Sustainable Design Challenge, Ananya's choice of integrity. Now, it is very important that we've just talked about and discussed that for a student to be ethical about their academics and other life situations is paramount to lead a happy and an integral life. So, the background of the case study is Ananya Sharma is a final year BTech student majoring in civil engineering at the Institute of Technology and Management, ITM. She is known for her strong academic record, her active participation in college environmental clubs, and her respectful demeanor towards faculty and peers. ITM, that is Institute of Technology and Management, prides itself on fostering ethical professionals, and its academic integrity policy is clearly articulated, explicitly prohibiting plagiarism, cheating, and misrepresentation of any kind of work. The final project of a most crucial course, Sustainable Urban Planning, is a major component of her grade and involves designing an eco friendly community layout for a hypothetical hill station development. Ananya is working in a team of three: herself, Rohit, a smart but often last minute student, and Kavya, a diligent but less confident student. The deadline is tight and the pressure is very high. So let's see what's the ethical dilemma that the group herein faces at the ITM. So the ethical dilemma that here is: as the deadline looms, the team faces a significant challenge. Rohit, who was responsible for the detailed report on eco friendly material selection, a substantial part of the project, has barely started. He's clearly overwhelmed and is panicking now. During a late night study session, Rohit, looking exhausted, turns to Ananya and Kavya with a proposal. Now, let's see what the proposal is. He says, "Look, I found a fantastic, really obscure research paper from a lesser known university. It has exactly the data and analysis we need for the material selection. We can just rephrase a few sentences, tweak some figures, and integrate it into our report. No one will ever know. Plus, I even found an advanced AI tool that can paraphrase perfectly and avoid detection by plagiarism software." Kavya looks uncomfortable but doesn't speak up, seemingly swayed by the pressure and the promise of an easy solution. Ananya immediately recognizes this as a clear violation of ITM's academic integrity, the policy, specifically plagiarism and misrepresentation of original work. Now, Ananya's internal conflict, applying the ethical principles. Ananya feels immense pressure from multiple angles. Peer pressure: Rohit is her friend and she doesn't want to jeopardize the team's success or create conflict. Kavya's silence implies acceptance. Time constraints: the deadline is indeed very close, and redoing Rohit's section legitimately would mean working all nighters. Grade importance: this project is critical for her final grades and potential placements. Personal integrity: her core values of honesty, intellectual diligence, and fairness scream at her. She believes in earning her grades through genuine effort and learning, not deceit. She knows that compromising her integrity for a grade would undermine her entire educational journey. Respect for learning now: she believes in the academic process and the value of genuine research. Using unethical means would be disrespectful to her professors, her peers who work hard, and the institution itself. Now, the ethical decision that she makes. After a brief but intense moment of thought, Ananya firmly but calmly responds. Ananya says, Rohit, I understand you're stressed, but we can't do that. It's plagiarism, plain and simple. Using AI to generate content and pass it off as our own is also a violation of academic integrity. It's not just about getting caught, it's about genuinely learning and earning a degree fairly. Our project represents our knowledge, not someone else's, and definitely not AI's. So that is Ananya's take on the whole issue. But then again, considering that she's an ethical person, we are going to see how she upholds them. Direct confrontation with respect. Ananya doesn't accuse or belittle Rohit. She focuses on the action. We can't do that. And the underlying principle, it's plagiarism. Proposing ethical alternatives. She immediately offers a solution. Let's work through this together. We'll prioritize the most critical parts of your section, use simplified language if needed, and cite everything properly. We might not get a perfect score, but it will be our work. I'll help you research and write. And Kavya, we need your help with the design and presentation. Now taking responsibility. Ananya, despite not being responsible for Rohit's procrastination, takes proactive steps to salvage the situation ethically. She commits to putting in extra hours to help her teammates. Leading by example, her unwavering stance and willingness to put in extra effort motivate Kavya to speak up and agree, reinforcing the team's commitment to ethical work. Consequences of Ananya's ethical decision. The short term first. Increased workload. The team indeed had to work all nighters, pushing themselves to complete the project ethically. The tension. There was initial tension and discomfort, especially for Rohit, who felt a little exposed. Potentially lower grade, the initial fare. There was a fear that rushed legitimate work might not be as polished as plagiarized version, leading to a slightly lower grade. But the long term, enhanced personal integrity and self respect. Ananya felt immense satisfaction and pride in having upheld her ethical standards under pressure. She knew her degree was genuinely earned. This contributed to her mental well being and confidence. Genuine learning. The intense, legitimate work forced the team, especially Rohit, to truly understand the material selection process. This contributed to deeper learning and retention, proving more valuable than a high grade obtained unethically. Stronger peer relationship that went long term. While there was initial tension, Rohit later appreciated Ananya's firm stance. He realized she pushed him to be better. Kavya's respect for Ananya solidified. This laid the foundation for far more trusting and collaborative relationship in the future. Positive reputation with faculty. Though the professor wasn't aware of the internal dilemma, Ananya's consistently high quality, original work contributed to her positive academic reputation. Contribution to ethical learning environment. Ananya's actions and similar actions by other ethical students collectively contribute to maintaining the academic integrity and the values that and the degrees of ITM. No risk penalties. The team avoided severe academic penalties that could be suspension, could be expulsion, that would have resulted from plagiarism or AI misuse, protecting their future careers. Now, in conclusion, the case study vividly illustrates that being an ethical student is not just about following rules to avoid punishments, it's about personal integrity, making choices aligned with honesty and fairness, even when inconvenient or challenging, respect for learning, valuing genuine knowledge, acquisition over superficial achievement, responsibility, taking ownership of one's work, and contributing positively to the academic environment. Long term vision, understanding that true success in academia and life is built on a foundation of ethical conduct, which fosters deep learning, trust, and a strong character, far outweighing any short gains from unethical shortcuts. Now, the crux of the case study, Ananya's decision to uphold academic integrity, even under pressure, made her not just a better student, but a person of strong character, ready to face future professional and personal challenges with a clear and moral compass.